Hey everybody, good morning, afternoon, evening. I have taken some time to preliminarily think through how I will be setting up or how I will be entering information into my goal planner. So this has evolved over the years, but it's become pretty steady. So I used to have financial goals in one binder. I think other goals in maybe part of a work planner, and it eventually just morphed into one big binder purely for goals. Back in the, I don't know, before I discovered planning, I used to have just a ring binder, like a 3-ring binder, and print out goals, and they were very elaborate. Some were like the ones that were tough to achieve and kind of out of your control to some regard. But I've gotten a lot better at figuring out how to plan goals in a way that I set myself up for success rather than failure, because that's not motivating. So the binder, the planner itself is from Cloth and Paper. It's her leather planner. Bunch of different inserts here. This is from Planner Press. I love this phrase. I know my worth. I've paid dearly for every ounce of it. Yeah, lots of stories there. This is from Cloth and Paper. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. This is just a sticker from when my husband took me out for my birthday. I got that from one of the shops. And just an AM, PM general goal things. I've been a little under the weather, so if my voice sounds a little funny, I apologize, but I think it's getting closer to normal. The harder I work, the luckier I get. That's from Cloth and Paper. I just love the way it all layers. So that's from Cloth and Paper. This is from Planner Press, and this is from Sort Stuff Out, that writing. So I just love it. The way it all looks together. It's really pretty. I've kept it that way for a while. Just haven't changed it. It's still motivating to me. This was my word of the year for 2023. I ordered this from Annie Plans, and I ordered a new one for this year, but I have, just based on my planner system, I ordered a new one for my B6 planner that I'm using for the year. I don't know if that light is annoying for you, so it's kind of nice, but I want to make sure that isn't too distracting. I call the candles my emotional support candle because they're so relaxing to me. Anywho, Refine was like I was coming into my own and figuring out what I wanted to do, how I wanted to spend my time, what I wanted to focus on, and I had it. I just needed to refine it. Whether I stuck to that in reflection, I don't know. We've talked about it in other videos that my goals were like get into my dream school, and that was it. keep everything steady. But my word of the year this year is voice, for a few reasons. So this section, the year, this is like the overall year vision, where you have a vision board, and you have intentional planning. These are from Cloth and Paper. So it says, word of the year, I'm looking forward to my focus, things to improve this year I will, and goals for the year. So I preliminarily started to set that up. And then this is the year overview insert, I believe. So your goals for what do I want to try, dreams, physical, focus, mental, to do, financial. And then, so what I've been doing in the years past, I've been setting this up for the year for what my intentions are, and then I go back at the end of the year and set up for what I accomplished. Now, I think it's just options. You either can use the preset sections, or you can make up your own. And then year in review, reflecting on the year. And then these are from Crossbow Printables. I think she's now Crossbow Planner Co. but it's what's the goal, action step, strategy, how to achieve it. So I have these in here if I wanted them for larger goals. We'll see if I use them. This is from Planner Press. So I have this, it's like a frosted dashboard. I have it in a few different sizes. Now, some of these clips are blocking some like sensitive information because again, it's a goal planner. So there's a lot of personal financial goals that are sensitive and private, but I wanted to keep this for a general setup just to show you what that's like. So in Q1, this was 2023's, but I bought it with the best of intentions and then realized I have one goal and some largely out of my control. I worked every day towards it, but I didn't buy new ones for this year. What I'm going to do, I just have these Post-its from Cloth and Paper over top of the month. But what I'm going to do is use Sterling Inks calendar Post-it printouts. So I'll put some like a plain white Post-it and then overlay the calendars as they come out, and then it'll be a really pretty overlay, and they all kind of have a similar feel. I'll show you kind of what it's like for January. So like this was the freebie printout for January. So every month is a different theme and it's really pretty. So I'll print that out and put that there. And then at the end of the year, who knows, maybe that'll actually become something I decide to do all the time. It'll be a nice layout and all kind of cohesive, and you can see the seasons changing. It might be nice. So I'm going to set up my Q1 goals today. These I've used, these weekly. I might minimize this and just put down what I've achieved over the week for the quarter. I don't know that I need 3. It gets a little bulky, so I might slim that down, but this is for what I've accomplished, and this is my intent. So I have that for each quarter. So I only do 1 quarter plan at the time, but it'll be largely based on how I set up the year's goals. So I usually reflect on this and set up the quarter, and then the quarter is a lot more achievable and less daunting than trying to plan out the whole year. If you've been in project management at all, you'll know the difference between waterfall and agile planning, and agile's in sprints. So I realized that like setting up goals in sprints is a lot more attainable than a year right up front. It's a little less daunting, at least for me. So I'm going to set that up today. And then these were from Cloth and Paper reflection journaling prompts. Just here, they're nice to look at, that if I get into this or open this up, I'll be able to check in and reflect and be intentional about it. The more list, these are from Planner Press. You'll see a few of these on each dashboard. So get more sleep, drink more water, get more exercise, read more, get more organized, clean more often, relax more, have more patience, more self-care, explore more. All accurate, appropriate. It says do more to get more. But I thought that looks really nice on the front of the wellness. This is from Cloth and Paper. This is from Cloth and Paper. Balance is so true. You have to be very intentional about the balance. And so then this is I've used this in the past for what are my 2020X wellness goals, and you fill that out. I may or may not do that this year since I'm going to have them on the board in the front. We'll see see what strikes me. This is from Cloth Paper. These 5-year plan inserts are from Cloth and Paper. I really, really like them. I bought them in 2021, and I planned it for 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going into 2024, so that's 3 full years until this 5-year plan is used up. I actually have 2 more waiting in my storage bin to use. So this is just health and lifestyle. If you have an idea for what is the difference between lifestyle and personal, and how personal is different from wellness, let me know. But anyway, I'm trying to find ways to make them a little different. I still have not created a vision board, but maybe I'll take the time and work on that this year. Um, it just felt like when I bought these, it was pure survival mode and it was one day at a time. So the only vision board I did make was um, for financial. Now, this is what, as part of the 5-year plan, you get like the date and the milestone. I have these bookmarked together because, again, it's personal and I don't necessarily want to share that. Maybe I'll come up, let me know, maybe on Instagram I'll do a subscribers and you can get a little more in depth about some of the details. I don't feel comfortable putting it out for the masses. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I love this Planner Press. Elegance is quiet, so I have that for personal. To create something exceptional, your mind must be focused on the smallest detail. So it seems appropriate for the personal dash. Do everything for your future self. A good reminder for personal. I love this. This is from Planner Press. I have this in a couple different sizes. Throw me to the wolves and I will return leading the pack. Just because it feels like that's happened numerous times in my life. So I just absolutely love it. I can't imagine changing that. This is a well-being dash that, even though it's not for wellness, well-being is still relevant to personal. Similar setup. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Daily reminder. That's from Cloth and Paper. The process of understanding your character, values, and abilities. It's a self-discovery insert that's new this year. It's talking about finding your purpose. So what you love, what the world needs, what you can get paid for, what you were skilled, where you're skilled, and then passion, mission, vocation, profession, and then ikigai, which is like supposed to be, your purpose, combining all of these things. I've never done that before, so I put that in here to think about. Discovery ledger. I admire, I'm passionate about, I excel at, I wish to accomplish. My future will hold, I endeavor to, I have a need for, I am here to. So I might work through that as part of this goal planning setup. Again, personal 5-year plan, bookmark that because it's personal. Milestone achievements, bookmark that. I haven't created a vision board for personal yet. I'd like to. I just haven't identified maybe what that personal would look like. And a lot of the vision board can be out of my control. So I need to just think about that and be more intentional about it. And I'll probably work on that this year. This is an insert I've had for a while from EO Edits. I've never written a top 5. I usually take a Post-it and put a top 5 in there so I can reuse it. Life lessons to make habits, physical and health, relationships, personal, soul, productivity, career, hobbies. And it's almost like a trigger list to get you to think about, as you set up your goals, what would that look like? A challenge checklist. I never check it directly, but I use it as a prompt. Write 10 things you're grateful for, journal, don't spend anything for 24 hours, digital detox for a day, purge 5 items, plan your meals for a week, go for a walk, etc. Schedule staycation. Over the holiday, that was like the best feeling ever, so I want to get better at that. So this was like a style prompt, and started to create a capsule wardrobe, which I have, and now I'm just refining that more. Rules for living, rules financially, style challenge. This product insert from Cloth and Paper, I believe it was part of like a career product type thing. Like if you're offering products or you have a vision for a product, keeping track that way, maybe a sketch and details. But I put it as like personal products I use. For example, maybe it's my droplet or my zip for skincare. So I think I'm going to use it that way. For now, I have some more. If I ever decide to create products for Petunia Rose, maybe I will. But I have them in there as blank. Packing list, traveling for school now. So I'd like to come up with a packing list that is just 100% go-to, fail-safe. I started to keep I've started to buy doubles. Something that helps my anxiety is buying doubles of certain things that isn't excessive, but you buy doubles and then they just stay packed and you're not cramming. And sometimes it's like the things you use every day that you somehow forget to pack all the time. So I found that having doubles helps, but keeping a packing list, a wish list I have, maybe I'll start to fill out. I don't really wish for much tangible, so um, it's been blank for a while. A couple things I've wanted as a milestone, as a goal, a reward type of system, but I haven't purchased anything like that in a couple of years. So that's there, and then financial. So this is calming affirmations, again from Planner Press. It says, "My mind is calm. I am free from stress. My body is at peace. I am letting go of all my worries. I'm relaxed. I'm peaceful and content. My mind is calm and clear. I control my stress. I'm at peace even when my life gets crazy. I'm free from stress." So you can see there's a um, pattern here, and it's calming. Maybe it's not necessarily financial related, but helpful nonetheless. I have this perseverance dash from Cloth and Paper under financial, because to me, you can't reach financial goals unless you have perseverance. Just short races, one after the next. Again, the overall dash. So there's a financial 5-year plan. This is a vision board back when we have land and we were thinking of building a house first. We ended up buying our first home that we're in now, where I'm filming from. So we still have the land. Maybe one day we build on it, maybe not. We'll see. But this is just an aesthetic, a look, what ideally we would want elements, maybe not exact, but just certain elements that would be lovely over many years. So that's there. And then budgeting, I do a lot of my budgeting, all of my budgeting in Excel, but having these sheets are helpful just to have. And then this is Planner Press. I don't believe this is Planner Press. I want to say Peach Palm, but I'm not entirely confident. So it's really pretty though. I like the way it overlays. It's more also wish list financial. Don't want for a whole lot. Wish for health more than anything. And then professional. I love this Cloth and Paper. I saw that my life was a fast growing empty page and I could do anything I wanted. And I think just recognizing you can reinvent yourself every day. You can make your future really as close to whatever you want as possible. And just remembering that is really helpful for me anyway. So I don't feel like I'm stuck, isn't the right word, but knowing that there are options out there at all times. It might take a minute, it might take some time, be a bit of a grind, some grunt work. Like I left education. I used to be a honors and AP science high school teacher, and I loved it for many, many reasons. I felt like it was a lot of what I was meant to do, but I took a leap to do something different. And it was a grind along the way. Drink some coffee. But it was realizing that I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try and change it. And in 10 years, a lot has happened professionally. So I like this reminder because it was extremely relevant. It's been relevant. And it's just nice to think of, right? We all have heard of maybe people being stressed or feeling like they're locked into something and they can't get out. And that's very true for many reasons, but it's also, think about it, reflect. You can do anything you want, anything you set your mind to. It might not happen overnight, but you can do it. So this is just a prompt, beginning of the week. I have it under professional because it's something that I can reference at work. Commitments, priorities, organize ideas. How can I have a productive week? How can I be present this week? And then reading log, I have these in here. These were in a sub box from Cloth and Paper, but anything that is professional related or career related, I have these in here so that after I listen to an audiobook or I read a book, I don't necessarily know that I would maybe rate progress. Maybe I will this year, but you can rate the stars and give a review. And rather than a review, it'll probably be a review of like, what did I take away, things I want to remember. So that's there. And then home, this was originally in my pocket when I had a pocket, but some things to track in a home. Now that I have a home of our own that we own, a cleaning list to think through, a refresh. We're very grateful that we don't have a lot of renovations that we need to do, but it's maybe we didn't move in with a whole lot of furniture or belongings. What do we want to do for a guest room? What do we want to do for a bonus room? Things like that. So mood board, what kind of colors, concepts. It could be fun. Could be fun to plan. Purchase tracker, what have we purchased for the home? It's like I need to just start in 2024 and track it because moving, and we had to do everything so fast. We looked at the home, we closed 2.5 weeks later, and then we closed on the home the day before launch week for school. And so I was working full-time, going to school full-time, trying to move in and switch some business things around. It was a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe count this as like a budget and a purchase tracker for what have we done to the home, maybe home maintenance, what have we bought for the home, things like that, and then just some blank paper. And that is the flip through of my goal planner. I did not expect that to take 21 minutes, but that's how I have that set up, and I hope that's helpful and motivating. It gives you some ideas for how to set up a planner of your own. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I'm happy to help, but I am going to, I thought I would be able to just roll right into planning Q1, but I might post it as a separate video just to help. Maybe you want to see the setup and you're not super into the actual setup itself of the quarter. So I will take a break and close this video out to post it, but know that real quickly in rapid succession, I'll plan I'll go through and just set some music to watching me plan the setup, and then we'll talk through some of those goals. So it'll really be a 2-part series that we discovered just now. It'll be 2-part. So I really appreciate you joining and checking back in. And if you're new, thanks for joining. Really grateful to have you here and blessed to have you check in and interact. It really makes my day. So with that, I'll pause and say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And then we'll get to setting this up, and I look forward to it. Thanks all. Okay, everyone. So thanks for joining me on that setup. It took a bit, and I'm finding, I think the mental blocks where I don't know, maybe it's burnout, or being out of practice for a while. But I will share kind of the overall. So financial payoff tier one debt. So in my mind, like the tiers are um, loosely based on like the Dave Ramsey principle. And while I'm in school, I want to be sure I'm paying my loan interest. I thought of either a 40 before 40 or 25 before 2025, meaning accomplish 25 things before 2025 and come up with that list, or 40 before 40, but that's like one a week and a little overwhelming. um, Regularly check in during journal or morning pages. One addition I had to my planner since my original planner lineup was this notebook. Believe it or not, this notebook I bought in 2000. Trials and Tribulations of a Notebook Collector. But I just put one of the pen holders on it because I kept grabbing for a pen. Again, the sterling ink vellum. This was an A5 size, printed and trimmed for the notebook, just slightly trimmed. It's taken a beating. It actually, my dad was a real estate developer, and he always had blueprints, which actually we found some and framed them in our home. But I used to use this for my own like blueprints when I was younger. Um, but I took them out and saved them, and I'm gonna start my morning pages again. It's a bit beat up, but rather than getting rid of it, I wanted to use it, and it's really nice and thick to use for, um, that the morning pages, 3 pages a day of like stream of consciousness. So I started recently, and we'll see. I really like it so far. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'm all about getting outside of my comfort zone this year. So that's the morning pages. A 40th photo shoot, I did one when I turned 30. I believe when I turned 30. So I'd like to do another one at 40. I made a good amount of progress actually in 10 years. So where I feel like I look better at 40 than 30, which is kind of awesome. Mental work daily on finding my voice again. Um, there's a lot to unpack there, but I find in situations I just stay quiet, and that's not good. At work, it's like you have to be vocal to show that you're intelligent or thinking. I do a lot of internal processing, and I don't always speak up first. Some of that has to do with like my processing speed, so I need to really practice on that. Um, Practice that on a daily, weekly basis. Just using my voice, asking questions. I used to have like no fear with asking questions, and somehow along the way, I think maybe really bad relationships in my 20s, um, family stuff. I just suppressed a lot, and I just didn't talk, and it was always safe. Plus, I'm an introvert, so that is a whole other layer. But I'm really realizing, just based on some feedback, I need to truly work on that. So I'm going to work on that. Keep setting boundaries. I just started to verbalize boundaries a lot better in the last year. Started an affirmation journal. I splurged and bought this Tiffany journal, and the intention of that is just for daily affirmations. And it's so pretty and beautiful that, I really want to, I value myself and value the affirmations and want to put that in something beautiful that's a keepsake as well. My habit tracker, get back to my habit tracker. I didn't do that for like 8 months last year. Make sure to take some mental health days, and recognize when I need one. Plan a staycation versus a vacation. Now that we have our new home, we have everything we need right here. We don't really need to travel to take the break anymore. We can just stay. Physical, move 4 to 7 days per week unless I'm sick. I've been really sick this past week. Take progress photos the first of every month. Now that we have what we need in our home, we can be consistent. See doctors and stay on top of my health, our health. We were doing really well, but somehow like doing all the yearly checkups at the beginning of the year, it's like all around when
school starting again and when taxes are due and just like a lot of really heavy stuff at the beginning of the year. So we'll try and stay on top of that, figure out a good routine there, and get back to a routine by waking up early around 5:30. I have give or take 30 minutes, but really 5:30 or earlier would be ideal. Dreams, so plan a room at a time in the home and be intentional about what we're buying. Don't just like go online and buy a bunch of stuff. Really curate the home we want. Um, Research, I have a dream research and self discovery to really uncover my skill set and what I want to do long term, where I want to be, what I want to create. It can be overwhelming, so just taking it a little bit at a time to try 3 new recipes. We stick to the same foods like every day for years, so three is like a lot for us. Host something in our home. We did Christmas with a small group this year, maybe something else later in the year. Grow Instagram and subscribers, maybe do, a subscriber account. We'll see, but I really want to grow that. I haven't posted on Between Your Rows since July, but it was during July that it was getting everything sorted, quite a bit of health stuff going through, and then wrapping things up to start launch week for school. And I just totally trailed off, and um, we wanted to keep like the home under wraps and some things with the other business under wraps. So I didn't really post too much because our life was that, and we couldn't really share. Um, So again, just focusing on like the voice being the focus of at work, at school, and boundaries with family, just finding that again. I was great, at 19, and now something happened with my life where just, I don't know, I guess you take a beating and emotionally, and it's hard to uncover. So that's um, part of what I want to do. So this, you probably saw as I set up the aspirations and accomplishments. This to me is like I have a 5 year goal for each of these sections, and I thought, why not just make a 5 year aspiration page and then a 5 year accomplishment reflection? Again, this is not like a instant gratification by any means. This is going to be like maybe a page that lasts 5 years, but time flies. So then you'll see what I did to set up the quarter is I looked back over the year intentions and tried to set it up so that I'm working a little bit towards the bigger goals every quarter. So the to do for quarter one is complete my home binder. It's in the other room, but it's a half letter. Complete primary doc check-ins, and then just be consistent for the first quarter with the gym. Find my voice in all these ways. Learn something new. I don't know what that new is. Maybe I'll reflect and think about it, and I'll write it in here. Um, Read or listen to one book. Um, School starting, take one progress photo at the beginning of each month, prep for taxes, YouTube videos, get back to that, update Instagram accounts, file taxes. We've done extensions every year just because life so hectic, and so a goal is to do them on time. Research publications, how to do actually publish a book. I'd like to do that. Not before I'm 40, not by the end of this year, but soon, and just start that process. Post regularly. I have uh, hopefully gain 100 followers. It's a small goal, but still big at the same time. Maybe small to many, big to me. A new crock pot recipe to help us each save time. Getting back into school and work full time. Just want to find recipes that are really fast and easy and healthy, and then save up to paint a couple rooms in the house, and that's it. So I'm being gentle with myself to not try and create goals that are too lofty or outside of my control. Something that's attainable, and it's a little bit of I've been feeling the burnout, so it's a lot of maybe even some normal goals to some, but to me it's kind of getting me back on track and back to me. So that is the Q1 setup in addition to my 2024 goals. And again, I didn't do it for 2023. I had one goal, and a lot of life stuff is happening. So I really appreciate you joining. If you have any questions about the setup, or if you're stuck on goals or trying to figure out what to do, let me know. I'm actually open to, if you want to do a Zoom, a Teams, a phone call. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I'm trying to set up a Calendly in my Petunia Rose. And I interact with so many of you wonderful folks online that it would be really neat to chat with you and meet you. I'm happy to help. So that'll do for the goal planner for 2024. It feels nice to get back in that again. You probably saw even like the reflection. Oh, I didn't even do it. The reflection of trying to find, like, I even paused and said, okay, why is this difficult? Right? Just like burnout. So the discovery ledger, I admire confidence, intelligence, peace. My partner, mavericks, like people that go against the grain, or front runners, or create something from scratch, just people that just go do it. I'm passionate about helping others, growing others, and balance. I excel at conflict resolution and intuition. My future will hold peace and stability. Maybe a little manifestation there. I have a need for consistency. Um, and then what were hard were, I wish to accomplish, I endeavor to, I am here to. This is like pure purpose and what I want to do in the world. I mean, I want to change the world, but that's really big. So we'll see. I'll maybe draft these. This will take time. That isn't I know everything immediately. I had totally forgotten to share that, but also just being reflective and realizing, okay, this is challenging. Why might it be challenging? And to just notice that, and, be gentle with myself and figure that out, and figuring out my purpose. But so there we go. That's the second. There you have it. But I appreciate you joining. I always appreciate your feedback and your interactions. It means a lot to me, and I hope that I hear from you soon. I hope this was helpful. Let me know. Share if you feel like it'll help others that you know maybe going through similar situations. Always just love it. It's nice to get back to it. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful day, weekend, week ahead. You matter. It can be a tough season. You can see here, I feel a little bit of the burnout. Very grateful for many, many things, but at the same time, burnout is real, and it's realizing that and being okay with that and being gentle on yourself. So you matter. I appreciate you. Hang in there. Spring and summer are coming. I know this dreary season can be tough on many, but I value you and appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, everybody.